I still remember the night I first stumbled onto the dark web store like it was burned into the back of my eyes. The room lit only by my laptop screen. Rain tapping against the window like it was trying to warn me, because I wasn't some hacker or criminal genius, just a regular guy with curiosity, a bad internet connection, and too much time on my hands, and I'd heard people talk about the dark web the way they talk about ghosts. Half joking, half terrified, so one night I installed Tor, told myself I was just browsing, nothing serious, and that's when I found it. A marketplace hidden behind layers of random letters and numbers, no logos, no branding, just text on a black screen, and the prices didn't make sense, not even a little. Brand new iPhones listed for a fraction of retail, sealed, unlocked, factory fresh. It said like the site was whispering directly into my head, and I laughed at first, because it felt like a scam so obvious it insulted my intelligence. But the deeper I scrolled, the more legit it looked. Escrow systems, buyer reviews written in broken English but oddly specific, people claiming delivery in 3 days, 5 days, some posting photos with today's date scribbled on a piece of paper, and that's when doubt started turning into temptation because my own phone was cracked, battery dying, and here was this impossible deal staring at me like a dare, and I told myself I wasn't doing anything illegal, just buying a phone. People buy stuff online every day, right? And the payment was crypto only, which made my stomach twist. But I already had some from a friend who once paid me back that way, so after an hour of pacing, rereading reviews, and convincing myself I was smarter than the horror stories, I clicked buy, transferred the funds, and instantly the order status changed to processing. No confirmation email, no receipt, just that word glowing on the screen like a judgment. And the next few days were hell. Every knock at the door made my heart jump. Every unknown number felt like the police, and I started imagining worst-case scenarios, my address flagged, my name on some list. But then on the 4th day, a package showed up, plain brown box, no return address, no branding, just my name typed clean and perfect, which somehow scared me more than sloppy handwriting, and I didn't open it right away. I just stared at it on my kitchen table like it might move on its own. And when I finally did, inside was another box, Apple packaging, sealed, plastic intact, exactly like something you'd pull off a shelf at Best Buy, and my brain couldn't process it, because this wasn't supposed to happen. Scams don't end like this. But there it was, the phone cold and heavy in my hand, pristine, no scratches, no fingerprints, and when I powered it on, the Apple logo bloomed across the screen like nothing was wrong with the world. Activation went through, carrier unlocked, everything normal. And for about 10 minutes I felt like I'd beaten the system, like I'd cracked some hidden code of reality where things were cheaper if you knew where to look. But then the weird stuff started, not immediately, not dramatically, just small things at first. The phone would heat up for no reason, battery draining faster than expected. Random pop-ups that vanished before I could read them, and I told myself it was just paranoia, buyer's guilt, because I'd crossed an invisible line. But one night I noticed something that made my chest tighten. The phone lit up by itself at 3:17 a.m. No notification, no sound, just the screen waking like it was checking if I was watching. And when I picked it up, there was a message draft open, blank, cursor blinking, as if someone had been typing and stopped, and that's when I went down the rabbit hole, digging through settings, permissions, hidden profiles, finding things that shouldn't have been there. System-level access apps with generic names, certificates installed without my consent, and I realized this phone wasn't just cheap, it was compromised, not broken, not stolen, but engineered, customized, and suddenly the dark web store made sense because they weren't selling phones, they were selling doors, entry points, surveillance tools wrapped in consumer electronics. And the worst part was how smoothly it all worked. No obvious malware, no lag, just silent observation. And when I tried to reset it, factory wipe, DFU mode, nothing fully removed it, like the software lived deeper than the operating system itself. And the fear shifted from being scammed to being used, because someone out there knew my location, my habits, my face through the camera, my voice through the mic, and every time I considered throwing the phone away, I hesitated, because what if that was the test? What if getting rid of it triggered something worse? And I started noticing ads online that matched conversations I'd never typed, only spoken near the phone, specific, personal things, and once, I swear, I saw my own reflection on the screen when it was off, not because of the glass, but because the front camera activated for half a second, a tiny green dot flickering like a heartbeat, and I went back to the dark web store hoping to find answers, but the site was gone. Address dead, reviews wiped like it had never existed, which was almost worse because that meant it was temporary by design, pop-up operations that moved faster than accountability, and I started connecting dots I wish I never had, stories about intelligence harvesting, about data being more valuable than money, about people willingly installing tracking devices into their lives because the price was right, and the phone kept working perfectly day after day, a beautiful lie in my pocket. Until one evening I got a notification that wasn't a notification at all, just text on a black screen, no app name, no sender that said, "Delivery confirmed." And my blood ran cold because delivery had been confirmed weeks ago, or so I thought, and that's when I understood the phone wasn't the product. I was my routines, my voice, my patterns, my digital shadow packaged and shipped somewhere I'd never see. And the scariest part wasn't that the dark web sold me a cheap iPhone. It was that it sold me the illusion of control, made me believe I was the one exploiting the system, when in reality I just walked willingly into a machine that didn't need force, didn't need threats, just curiosity and a good deal. And even now, as I tell the story, I don't know if the phone is still watching because I stopped using it months ago, sealed it in a drawer wrapped in aluminum foil like some paranoid cliché. But sometimes at night, I swear I hear it vibrate softly, like it's reminding me that once something from the dark web enters your life, it doesn't really leave, it just waits. And every time someone asks me if those cheap dark web deals are real, I tell them yeah, sometimes they are, and that's exactly why you should be afraid.